This is LightCast TV Nigeria. We appreciate all our subscribers, and if you are yet to subscribe, kindly do so as we bring you latest and trending stories in entertainment, politics, and more. Thank you.
It is no doubt that motherhood is the hardest and greatest thing. But however, while many women have been able to navigate this journey seamlessly, others seem overwhelmed. But how is it possible that women can go through this journey without being overwhelmed? All these and more will discuss in Wives and Moms Cafe. And today on the program, I'll be speaking with a mom, a wife, an educationist, Adeshola Olaniyo. Good day, ma. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So, ma, how long have you been married?
Oh, I've been married for 19 years.
Wow. So, how's the experience been?
Well, marriage comes with its own challenges,
Yeah.
ups and downs. So, but overall, it's been great.
Okay, you married for 19 years. When you got married, did you have child immediately? You had
No, I didn't. I had to wait
like
for about 9.5 years.
wow, 9.5 years. That's a whole lot. So how was the experience of waiting like?
Well, initially, it wasn't too good because I had to do a lot of, medical checkups, and along the journey, the going from one hospital to another wasn't pleasant, and I think I had even more complications. But I met a friend, and I met her at the General Hospital, Ikeja, and we clicked immediately. So she taught me a lot. She taught me to move past my problem and, do other things to forget what I was actually going through. I was able to, travel during the 9 years, and, I went back to school. I do things that I love, and thank God I was able to do those things at that time.
Okay. So what really kept you going that period? Because it's not very easy to wait.
well, I got to a point in my life that I had to make the decision that if you give me child, God, I'll serve you. And even if you don't give me, I'll still serve you. So when I made that decision, I think that kept me going.
Okay, that irrespective of what
What
you actually
happened,
went through.
I will still serve God.
So what was the experience like when you realized that you were pregnant?
Well, when I was told I was pregnant, I bursted into tears.
Wow.
And what actually happened it wasn't the regular, the doctor would tell. It wasn't like that. I was to go for a test. So the man wanted to take 5 mils of blood, but unfortunately, he could only take like 2 mils or 1 mil. So he asked me to wait because he was supposed to take the blood, and then I'll go back to the doctor. But he asked me to wait, and I'm a microbiologist.
Okay.
So while waiting, I saw him do all the tests, and the result came out positive. If it was negative, he would have asked me to go back. But because it was positive, he had to take more blood.
Wow.
So I knew that the result was positive. So I just bursted into tears.
Wow.
And by the time I went back to the doctor and she told me, that wasn't surprise anymore.
Thank God, because it's not actually easy for people who are even watching, waiting for a whole 9 years before getting to take him. It's a whole lot of journey, and when it suddenly comes, of course, it was actually tears of joy. So,
Tears
how
of
was
joy.
the experience of pregnancy like? Was this?
Oh, wow. Well, I'll go back to the doctor. I'll say, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm fine. But yeah, okay, good. I think after 2 months, I started feeling funny, and I went back. I told the doctor I had malaria. Okay, check you for malaria. I went for a malaria test. It was negative. So the doctor just gave me, I think, some drugs. Okay, go and take so that you feel fine. But after that day, for the next 2 months after that, I didn't know where I was. Like maybe I was here on earth. I didn't know because I was always on admission in the hospital, showing up, all the symptoms of pregnancy. I had a little bit of memory loss because by the time you call, I have to think that, think deeply, using your voice to recognize people. So I I forgot a lot of things. Then at that time, I needed my mom. So I find myself crying, and more my emotions were everywhere. Then I think after some time, I spoke to myself because I was always in and out of the hospital that I think I've had enough. I don't want to come back here. There was nothing. Each time they give me something not to throw up, I'll start throwing up again.
Wow.
So I just spoke to myself that it's better I go back home. And I think from there I went back home and I don't know.
So
I got over
I
it.
forgot something. Getting the conception. After that within that period of 9 years before the conception happened, is there anything you took apart from those going to the hospital for tests and or how did it happen? I think I missed something there.
Okay. I got pregnant at the age of 40.
Okay.
So I had to do IVF.
Okay.
I did it the first time, it failed. And I decided that I'm not going anywhere anymore. Because it started with having a surgery done. And then after 1 year, there was no conception. I went back to the doctor. The doctor was like, madam, the healing process, few stops on tubes and so that the only way of me getting pregnant was to go through the IVF. So I had it done again. That was the first one that failed. So it failed. And that experience was not a good one because I think I prayed, I hoped that it would be positive, but it came out negative. So I told myself I need to take a break. We spent a lot of money that I need to take a break. So, and that was when I traveled. I decided to travel. I went back to school. Then after 3 years, I went back to the hospital again and started the journey of another IVF. And thank God that this time it worked.
Thank God. So, what would you say to people who are still taking themselves away from not going to try because they feel like, maybe. What would you say to them?
Well, the first thing is not to try the IVF. The first thing is to go to God in prayer because I took a break and I prayed. I asked God for direction and I got it. IVF is quite expensive.
Yes, especially now. I was hearing that it's up to 2 point, 3 point something.
Yes. But I think they have a lot of success rate now. I've seen it has helped a lot of families. So it's something that you need to plan for. You need to save for it. Once you get the direction from God, with God all things are possible. And I've seen some people who got pregnant naturally. But for my own case, I had some other complications from the surgeries that I've had. And I had to get one done. So once you get the direction from God, you plan and save towards it.
Yeah, thank God that it's actually happened because sometimes we can't actually predict the will of God. Thank you very much. Then we'll now move to navigating the motherhood. Yes, the baby arrived. Of course, your bundle of joy you've been expecting is here. The first few weeks of the baby arriving, how were you able to cope with did you have any postpartum depression?
No, I didn't. No.
You had people around you?
No, I had a nanny.
Okay.
No, I got someone who stayed with me. So she took care of the baby.
So, and you had your everyday time to yourself.
I had the time to myself.
So
For
that's
like 3 months, I had the time to
okay.
myself.
Oh, that's very good. So, how has it been coping with the children and being a working mom? Because I know you. Sometimes when I call you, you said you're on transit. I have to give you time to call back again. So, how has it been working and taking care of the children?
Well, after the lady left, after 3 months, I had to take charge of my life. And, it was just one baby then. So we coped. My
How did you cope?
husband helped. Yes, my husband helped a lot. We coped. But when we had the second child,
Another game changer.
yes, things changed. And I had to drop some of the things that I do, especially my work, because, there were some things that I actually wanted to do,
With this
but I had to pause because at that age, they need me to be there for them. So I had to pause and then I took care of them till about, surely I was about, I think, 5 before I could start thinking of doing something else. So I had to pause and be more at home, stay more at home because they need me there. And
That's what motherhood is called, sacrifice.
yes, I make the sacrifices for them. But now that yes,
Yeah.
almost 10, he's almost 10 now, and the younger one is 6, so they are grown.
No. So would you say motherhood has impacted your career positively or negatively?
Positively.
How, ma'am?
Positively. I work with children.
Yes.
And probably I'm used to having them around me. I'm still doing my work. So I don't see them as a burden at all. And they don't disturb me in any way. The things I still want to do because I'm used to once I leave home, I go to school, I'm around them. In church, I'm around them. So at home too, I'm around them. I'm used to it.
So now, motherhood, of course, earlier we said is very overwhelming. There is no, even when women try to raise their head up and say, you see this, I'm going to rough it. Nothing is going to happen. I will make sure I'll be mom. So how are you as a mom? How have you been able to maintain your well-being, your sanity as a mom? You're even discussing with me and you came back home and you saw the house litter the paper. So how have you been able to have your time to yourself? That my time self. You said I need my own time. How have you been able to maintain that well-being for yourself, even as a mom?
Okay. Wow. I think the first thing you must realize is that, you see, your happiness does not lie in the children you have. It lies in your hands.
Oh,
Yes. Yes. It's not like because you don't have a child, you don't need to be happy. You don't have to be happy. Whether you have them or you don't have them, be happy. Yes, they add to your joy, but know that you come first. So sometimes when I get I just leave them with their dad. I go to my room. I sleep. And I take time out. I don't take them everywhere with me.
oh.
I take time out, leaving them with their dad and enjoying
The
myself
baby girl
with
lifestyle.
my friends.
Oh,
I go out with my friends to have a good time.
yeah.
So I have to take care of myself. It's because I'm fine. That is why I can take care of them. If I'm not fine, I won't take care of them. I won't be able to take care of them. So once you realize that you need to be okay, you need to be healthy to be able to take care of those children. So you take time, you take a break. When you feel you are overwhelmed, you take a break.
So as mom and you're watching us, so it's important to take care of yourself. No matter how you think that the journey is overwhelmed, if you don't take care of yourself, how will you take care of the children? That is what Mr. Jola Olani is trying to tell us. Many moms or people that actually newly married, when they before they even get married, they come in with so many expectations. So, but when the child finally comes, or the children, they seem to be so drained. You see them find it difficult to cope with the experiences. So, what would be your advice for new moms?
New moms, okay? Number one, it's always good to get someone to help you. I didn't have a mom. My mother-in-law was, she's old, so she couldn't come. So I got someone to help me. No, first-time mom. She helped me take care of the baby and all. So I had the time to myself. So I will advise them that get someone to help you. When you get someone to help you, you have time to sleep and know why she cares for the baby. So get someone to help you. And then, like I said earlier, take good care of yourself.
Very important.
Have fun. And you know one thing I did? I had fun before having children. And I always tell myself that, let me sleep. Because I know when they come, I might not have this
All the time
sleep.
to
So
sleep.
I slept. I had time. I enjoyed myself before they started coming.
Okay, that's very good. So if you get the help that you need, you can. If you can get help, so that you can even maintain your sanity, even as
Yes.
a woman. Even when you think you can do it all alone, but you still need to maintain your sanity. So what will be your parting word for some people who have been waiting for long? What would you tell them to do?
The Bible says, none shall be barren in the land. Trust God for your miracle. Trust Him. God is able and He will do it. He's ready. He will do it in His own time. God makes things beautiful in His own time. God will do it.
Thank you very much, man. Really, really happy to have you
You're
on the
welcome.
show. So that's how much you can take on this episode of Moms and Wife Cafe. See you next time. Thanks for watching.